So this is a big day for us today. We're going to put the engine and the gearbox back in the Civic. But one thing that I have noticed is that the clutches we need are different depending on the gearbox that you're actually using. So I have here, obviously, this is the B16A cable operated gearbox, and this is the B16B S4C hydro gearbox, and although they look quite similar, the splines are slightly different. So I've made some measurements here. So this is first of all for the cable, and we have 24 splines. So here, go right to there, 24 splines around the outside here, okay, and then we have a 24mm diameter there, and then we have a 15mm diameter around here, okay, and we again have 24 splines, but this is 25mm around this diameter, and again 15 here. So the pilots are the same, the number of splines is the same, but what's different is that these it's 25mm diameter here and 24 here, so you can actually physically see they are slightly different. And that's probably why when I put this gearbox, the cable gearbox, on, I was like, oh brilliant, it fits. But really, the splines wouldn't have engaged properly, because basically it's a smaller outer diameter there and larger inner diameter here, and they just probably wouldn't have engaged at all. So that could have been a potential nightmare. So what I've had to do is buy another clutch, kind of annoyingly. And the one I've gone for is an LSD Stage 1, and it comes with the release bearing, which I'll need, some spline hub grease, the clutch plate itself, and the you know, obviously the diaphragm. Yeah. So what do you want to say, Andy? There's the part number, I guess. Yeah, single sport series.
What about the numbers on the package?
And the numbers on the packages, fair enough. Let's have a look. So this is this one. This is just for the release bearing. Everyone knows what release bearing looks like. And we'll show you when we fit it up. This is the plate. And this is the actual diagram part of it. These are the two clutch discs that fit on, and this is the spline I was talking about, lining up to the spline on the clutch. Now if I try and take this clutch from the CRX and try and chuck it on, which is here, oh, it doesn't fit, okay, because it's the diameter's wrong, okay. Now if I hadn't have noticed that this is the wrong clutch, yeah, we go on, look at the movement. Doesn't fit snugly, it would have rattled itself to death, okay, whereas this one just fits on really snug. So that's how it's meant to be. So just to illustrate there, the difference in clutch spines and which ones you want. So make sure you have a cable clutch, you need the cable gearbox, you need the cable clutch, and the hydraulic or hydro gearbox, you need the hydro clutch. So that's the way it goes. First things first, I've got a 10mm, and I'm just going to take off these clutch bolts, and you see there's got some glue coming off there as well, because I got some of this Loctite on. Not to drop more, and yeah, just go around and take each of those off. So I've got the new clutch diaphragm, and I'm going to just get some brake clean around the surface here. So there we go. Check that it's not going into the clutch or anything. Don't really want extra shit in here. You don't want extra stuff in here. I'll do the next scene now. Okay. So
Take two.
When you're happy with that and it's got nothing in it, then just clean up the surface. This shouldn't really be too bad. So it's just bits of surface crap, but that will just come off anyway, so that's okay. And then we've got the clutch plate itself. This actually says TM side, so transmission side, which means, so it's thicker there, So that thicker bit goes down into it like that, and then this whole show goes on here, but what you need is a clutch alignment tool. Okay, so I've cleaned up the surface, I've cleaned up these ARP clutch bolts, and then I'm ready to fit this clutch kit. And then usually you get a clutch alignment tool, which I don't have one here now, so I've just got a socket, so it's a 15mm socket with some tape around it, just to make the inner diameter snug in there, and then try and put it on. So you see it's got these little pegs, and then it will fit in one of 3 places, so we'll give it a go here first. I'm never usually lucky first time around with these things, but no, you see it doesn't fit there, so then you have to try the next one round. So again, yeah, and it's that one. So you see then all of them fit in, so that's good. And then you can get that centralised, so you can kind of look inside there. Usually you get a clutch alignment tool, but this one I don't have one. So you get it central, and then you've got some Loctite 243, and that's what we're using on the end of each of the bolts, and that's to stop it backing out. So what we need to do is just put a dab not too much, let's get some out first. There we go. Woof. So just put some on the end of the thread like that, okay, and then chuck it in here. I'd already cleaned up these bolts so they didn't have any remaining glue on them from before, and then just do that to this and the next one. So just load it in here, and again just use the end like that, and go miss one and then get the next one in. And then just work your way round, just putting several in, and then just will then start snugging it down, because you need to snug it down so it goes over these dowels there. I had a 10mm single hex. I've just done up to each of these 9 in total bolts around the circumference, and you can just stop this turning by putting a pry bar between here and here. Just to stop it actually turning over. Right, so in the clutch kit we've got a clutch release bearing, so we just want to take the old one off. So you can see here's the fork on the back. You can just move that up and down with your hand when it's like this. So move it up, right, there's a little spring here, okay, there's one side off, and go to the other side. Work him out as well. It's at the okay, so that's out. So let's just have a quick feel of it. Actually feels alright, but either way. And then we have the new one. So first of all, you just check that the size is the same. There's nothing unexpected. It all looks fairly decent anyway. Check the new one's all good, which it is, of course. And then we have this spline hub grease, okay, and we've still got some grease on the back of here. I'll probably look to wipe that stuff off first. And probably replace it with a bit of this stuff I've got in here anyway. So this is the XD spline hub grease, and I'll just put a little jot on here and on here. And the main thing this is for is obviously turn around here, just to aid the shifting. There we go. just to make sure I got all that out. There we go. Okay. Then the new one, I've got little needle nose pliers here. Then I'll just put this on here.
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to get it in this hole basically. I need to put these springs in this hole. There you go, it's on one side. It is hard to show, but I'll show you when it's done maybe. So maybe that's easier to see. So get the other side of the spring, which is here. You actually need to get it onto that point. It's going to be hard to show you when I'm doing it. So the easiest way of doing it is you grab hold of them on from the back like that and get them just started in there, and then just get it in. There we go. There we go, and then just check it operates, check it's in. Check you're there at the spring at the bottom, that little slot. Then check you're there the other side as well, then you're in. So as usual, let's get this gearbox on there, okay, hold on to the lever, just hold it onto it like this. Just got to. Okay. And then just try and get a coupling to begin with. Usually you can just, I think it's just trying to walk it onto this, see there?
Yep.
He's trying to snug it onto that. It's actually in the spline, I can feel that. But I just need to get a couple more. Very setting. See, it's just come on there now.
You can snug that one up.
Yeah, and then this one.
It's a nice tool.
I know. And then let's check they're all tight now. And then this one. Okay, that's done. And then what we can do is put one in the back here. That's done. And then,
It's nice.
yeah, and then there is one in this here, like so. You see that? Feed him in a little bit. That's that, and that's it.
Gearbox on.
Yeah, I mean usually you want to get it in closer, but I know that that dowel is a little bit maybe not damaged, but it's in one side, so I felt it go in the spline, so I wasn't forcing it into the spline, so that was fine. Yeah, so that's what we need to do. I'm so out of breath, God, that's bad. But now we're going to jack the whole thing up, and then what do you reckon? Should we put it in the car?
Let's put it in the car.
Let's chuck it in the car.
Yeah. What would you say about moving a gearbox like that if you don't go to the gym?
It's not that heavy. I don't think it's that heavy anyway, but you got to be careful. I was kind of over like that. You got to watch your back a bit, but it's all right. It's not too bad. This is the starter motor. We can put that in now. The gearbox is in. It's got one short one, which is at the top bolt, and one long one that has to shoot right the way through to the actual engine. So you see there's threads on the top one, and there's no threads this side. So that's how you can tell the difference. But yeah, it always goes in the same way. So what we'll do, as always, just thread it up nicely like that. Shoot that one through. And then
Blast it.
Well, not going to advocate blasting it, but so that's that done. And now let's swap the engine, raise it up, and then take it over to the car. Now we've jacked the whole thing up, like so, and then we're ready to pretty much drag him over there. One thing we have to do is we have to actually put this brace on. Okay, so big one on there, big one on there, these are like that, medium ones. What we can do is we can just chuck this actually on the gearbox side. And I'll just it's just a bunch of 12s and 17s, so I'll just get that done. Okay, so the bracket's in, the gearbox support bracket. It's two 17mm, one here and one here, and then I've got two medium 12mm there. I've got a shorty there, long one here, and around the other side in the top, that's another short one. So yeah, go ahead, bolt those all up, and then we are ready to drag this thing over there. Right, so how we swap this up is we always do shorter length here, which is like the cam gear side, and transmission side we have the longer length, so it's like that. And that just aids you when you get it in the car. And then we just basically just drag this over.
Is it catch the day ball?
Catch the day, mate. It's like my elbow. Open up the garage and bring the Civic out. So we've got the bonnet open, obviously everything out of the way pretty much. Just jack this up and chuck him in. So how much clearance do I need?
That'll be enough.
Steering this thing. This car is so low now. I'll back him round here, like so. You hold that, and I'll get on this. Tell me how I go. I need to come quite a lot more over here. It's hard because it comes forward as it comes down. I think you want to
Keep coming in. At this stage, you probably want to scooch the thing back.
The bonnet open. Yeah.
Yeah. Careful not to go too far back.
Yeah, I know. Go on, just hold that. Hold that. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Yeah, no.
Jump, you just left that, did you? Okay. space.
You can do it. You can...
It's alright, let's just go down a little bit more on that. Just hold. Now we want to go forward a bit. Rock that back a bit. So back on that now. So then just need to go down. We're almost in the right space there. This is the Haspot mount you need. EFB1ARHB. The other ones are actually the same, but this one has the other kit I had. But this is for the cable gearbox. The other ones look identical. So the rear and the other side mount, the should we say the engine side mount, look the same, but this one is different for this transmission. And I've taken off the bracket. If you look down here, the original bracket that comes on here is like some metal plate bracket, and then so this one needs to come in down here. So down here I've got the 19 mils, not the original ones which are down there. Don't use them. Use the 19 mils with the washers. Okay, like come in a kit. Go down a bit on that, on this. Okay.
Yep.
And then up a bit on.
Yeah, up a bit on the blue. Caught a little bit.
Caught a little bit. Let's just go down and get this one in maybe. Always worrying when that happens. So what's happening is we're just a bit bound
Bottomed
up.
out, isn't it?
We're bound up a bit. There you go.
Moving the whole car.
Okay. Come a bit more up on that jack.
The jack.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm getting pretty close.
It's not a million miles away, look.
No. Okay, now come down a tiny bit.
There you go. You're in.
Am I in?
You're in.
So now, just put it in. Is it in?
Nearly. Not far away.
Go on.
Let's go towards you, mate. Me to you. Watch out.
So I'm in this side. That's there. And then just need to finish off getting this one in. So I'm just using this as a little wedge. You can just basically use the jack at the bottom. This is a bit of a wedge, and then just tap that.
You're free.
Pretty much, and then just get the bolt, the nut and the washer on the back, and then we'll just tighten all that down. So when those two are tight, you can obviously get all the jacks and all that business out of the way. So drop the trolley jack and drop this as well. The pole. This is a little T-piece. Drop that down. And just basically flick these seat belts out and then get rid of both those bolts out of the way. This is the rear engine mount, so this is how it goes on there like that. This gets bolted to the rear subframe, this gets bolted to the side of the engine, and the way to go about this is to put this bit on first. So come in here to kind of undo these, I think 17s like that. In here like this. washer up. Get that in there like that, and then get this one in here, like so. Now, so then I'll tighten both those down. I've got this, the rear one tightened up on the 217s, and then I've just got this bracket that I spoke about before. And just need to basically put that over the top of there. Wood, hammer, and just check. There you are. That's roughly in the right place. And then we'll just get the jimmy bar in there and just jimmy into position. So I've got the rear bracket in, and I've got this top, the one that connects it to the engine. I'm just going to tap it in, and you don't want to go too far about there, because then you need to start winding on this little boy, this little nut. There's not a lot of space in here. Hold that. So there you go. That's just started there. Yeah. And then I can just zip that up quite easily. And then I need to work on this one at the back. So I've got that one started, then I just need to knock this down to get this in. Here's it. Might be it. So I'll get this in. There we go. That's in there. Then get this washer over there. This one in here. And this is the one that you just meant to leave just nipped up but loose enough so the engine settles. So this is the old bolts on top of the gearbox for the that were being used, and these are actually the ones I'm going to use under here instead of those 22 mils, because it appears that actually this car has smaller threads, not the 22 mil style. So these two are going to work just perfectly in here. And then if I get a 17 mil on a ratchet, I'll show you. So here we have it. So there's two 22 mils. We've just got these 17 mil headed bolts in there, and I'm just going to tighten those two up.